weekend recap of SPY, IWM, and the Qs. Taking a look at the entire week, we said it was a low volume week, said there was going to be a little bit of nothing there, and indeed, we did end a little lower on the week, truthfully. The 27th being, what day of the week was that? I think that was a Tuesday. Let's have a look. Yes. So from the 27th to the 30th, we really literally retraced all our all our motion. Now we are still decidedly negative and sitting in the negative trending zone, negative volume, lots of it compared to the positive volume. So it could be that we're slipping. You know, today we had another announcement on Syria. So chances are by tomorrow evening there will be probably a pretty big gap in the futures. Not really sure in which direction, depending on what it is that they're going to do. But here's what we need to figure out. We need to settle in on the fact that if we lose the low right here at 162.98, we should come down to that target we began speaking about way up here as being the normal retracement event, 160, 155. Those of us who've been in a swing SPY or an iron condor or something like that, that's in theta erosion, you want to be careful if it slips out of these levels that you have, because this negative trending does seem to be continuing to move us down into that range. Upside, we've got a lot of battles. We've got the prior day's pivot, resistance level, the support level for the weekly pivots, the monthly pivot, the 50, the 30, the VWAPs, all kinds of things blocking it in addition to this congestion. So if we get up and over this event, folks, it should scream through this gap. All right, now right in here is where we'll need to be cautious. Could we take a trade long here? Absolutely. We would want to be very careful with size, and we want to make sure that our stop is really not too far away. Now, could they play some games with us and have the stop come all the way down to 163? Yes, if you're willing to give yourself $1 there, you can. Not really the game that I play, but it could very well do that for you and then pop right back up into this region. It looks really, I mean, we could go either way. We really could go either way. Why am I saying that? Because the slow SMI is flat. Yes, in the neutral zone, yes, in the negative trending zone, but flat nevertheless, and that means momentum is not accelerating, but holding constant. Let's take a look at the IWM. Behaved a little bit worse. Notice we are here on the 30th and here on the 27th, so we did end lower. This has a much longer way to go because the IWM has been outperforming the SPY for quite some time. Notice, upside, same sort of noise. Very, very difficult traction to get through. Once we get through that event, it's all the way up here. We'll have ourselves a better time moving into the upside. But up through here, if it begins to make this grind up, it is going to be sloppy. You're going to have a lot of patience. Probably going to take several days to work through this event for you. What's the most likely thing? In my mind, based on what it is that we're seeing, we've just got ourselves a slow drift. You should have stayed short, essentially, in small size into the weekend from this particular formation, but certainly small size, period. What I suspect we are going to do is drop into 99.70-ish and 98.40-ish, right? And that will give us our general retracement event, and we'll be back off to the races. That's my thought for now. If we break the the 61.8, we know there's also 78.6 on the horizon, but we'll wait for that. Taking a look at the Qs finally. Qs behaving a bit more like SPY. These have been performing quite well. Notice flat action here. Let's compare this. Notice the slopes the relative slopes of the 50. Now you know how important I believe the 50 is in terms of assessing true range of motion and directional momentum. We can see we've got quite negative action here. Not quite as negative because this has been outperforming SPY, but this, absolutely flat, right? Look at the negative trending 200 here. That's the monthly VWAP. This is the weekly VWAP. Just really much sharper on these two than on this. It's really been holding. Again, my thought is when the Qs break, they're going to break hard. That's going to be above 76.34 or essentially below this noisy space of 75.03. In between, going to be messy. Again, could you take a long above 75.67? Yes, you could. Maybe 75.76, but noisy. Going to be very, very choppy. Lot of people fighting against each other here. I don't like playing in those spaces, so I'll just stay away until they move out. All right, that's how that looks. September is normally a wretched month, but we shall see. We haven't been normal lately in quite some time, so good luck trading.